Hello, welcome back to this channel. And today the the topic I'll be taking you through is still on indices, and today is the decimal powers and bases. This is one vital aspect of indices. Now, bases can exist, or they can come in the form of decimal, and can also come in form of fraction. It can come in form of a whole number. So with the one we'll be treating is whole number. So today is one of decimal. So you don't forget that when you have a number such as 2.4, it's a decimal number because of this point that is here. So numbers just like that, you have 0.01, 2, and so on and so forth. Okay. Then how do you solve such questions that come either when the base is a decimal or the power is a decimal? What you need to do is conversion, and that's a simple thing to do. Let me quickly put you through conversion in a moment. Now, if you have 0.2 as a decimal number, how do you convert this to a fraction? Now, you can use the process of standard form. And when you express number in the power of 10, I'm sorry, when you express them in, like for instance, this 0.2 becomes 2 times 10 raised to power minus 1. So that is it. Now let me quick, how did I get this? Now you have 1 0. This is a simple method to go about it. You have 1 0 before this significant figure. The significant figure here is a 2. So when you have 0 or decimal point before a significant, so it becomes a negative power. So the 10 there carries a negative power. So you have 0 here. So you have a 0 here, 0.2. Now it becomes, since you're going to take this point from this place down to the front of the whole number or the significant number there. So when you take it, you now express it itself as 2 times 10 raised to power minus 1. And how do you express this again? Don't forget, in the indices I actually took you through a negative power. Now, to convert this 10 raised to power minus 1 to a positive power, it becomes 2 over 10 plus 1. The power, 2 over 10 raised to power plus 1. You have actually converted this minus 10 raised to power minus 1 to this 10 raised to power 1. If you need explanation on that, just quickly review the video on the negative index. Now let me quickly do this. If you have 0.02, how do you do such? Now you have this, you have two zeros before the significant number, so you have to take this point down to the significant number. So you have 1, you have moved 1, then you move it again, 2. So you have 2 times 10 raised to power minus 2. So this minus 2 means you moved the point twice. So the number of times you move the point becomes the power. So if you have, for instance, 0.0054, now how do you do this? You make sure the point is always in front of the first significant number. So you move 1, 2, 3. So you have 5.4 times 10 raised to power minus 3. So whenever you are moving the point from your left hand side to the right hand side, you are going to have a negative power. So when you are moving from your right hand side to the left hand side, you have a positive power. I believe you get that. Now let's quickly run through this question. When you have 32 raised to power 0.2 and you are asked to resolve such questions, how do you do it? What will be the solution? It is easy. Now what you just need to do is to convert this decimal, the decimal power. Just convert it in your rough note. For instance, you have 0.2. Let's convert this now to a fraction. So you have 0.2. So you move from here to here. So it becomes 2 times 10 raised to power minus 1. Now it has 2 times 10 raised to power minus 1. Let's convert this now. 10 raised to power minus 1 um to a number that we have a positive. So we have 2 over 10. So 2 times 10 raised to power minus 1 is the same thing as 2 over 10 raised to power 1. And don't forget that 2 raised to, and don't forget that 10 raised to power 1 is the same thing as 10. So when you divide or when you solve, you're going to have 2, you can break it down, 2 here 1, 2 here 5. So you have 1 over 5. So you have 1 over 5. In other words, 0.2 is the same thing as 1 over 5. Let me quickly do that. So if you have this 5 in 1, it can't go, so you add your 0. So 5 in 10 is, sure about, okay, 5 in 1 can't go, so you have your 0, then you add 0 to it, so you have a point here. 5 in 10 we give you 2. That's how we got it here. So now how do we solve this? This now gives you a root power. So 5, which is the fifth root of 32. It means what number will you multiply together? 5 times that will give you 32. The answer is 2. How did I get that? So you break this down. 2 in 32 is 16. 2 in 16 is 8. 2 in 8 is 4. 2 in 4 is 2. 2 in 2 is 1. So you have 2 all true. You have 2 here, all true. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In other words, 2 raised to power 5 to give you 32. So that's the answer. Thank you for staying with me. Now, still be solving questions involving decimal powers and bases. So the same thing applies. If the base, or you have this is the base and this is the power. If the base is a decimal, you just have to convert from the decimal to a fraction, then you solve. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.